Hey guys, it's Kristen or for Beatrice. This is my favorite Dollar Tree DIY I've ever done. I took these 3 doormats and turned them into a modern farmhouse outdoor rug, and I am obsessed. Let's get started. If you like DIYs like these, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Alright, so I started by buying 3 of these doormats. The back of the 2 black ones is already black, and the back of the gray one is a light gray. You could do this DIY using gray and black. I wanted mine white and black, so we are actually going to paint the gray ones white. I originally thought of using puffy paint, but you just use a ton of it to cover that entire mat. And then I also considered spray paint. I ended up choosing a white exterior paint that we had in our garage, so worked out. You can see I've got puffy paint there that I did not use. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you guys plan to use. I will also say that if you are going to use an exterior paint, you want to make sure that the mat itself is completely covered. I got a little bit of paint on our hardwood floor. I did get it out, thank goodness, but make sure that if you are painting the mat using an exterior paint, it's going to soak up a ton of paint and go through the other side. So make sure you've got a tarp or something underneath it. So essentially I just took a paintbrush and went through. This took me about 30 minutes and I was pretty thorough because I wanted all of that gray to get covered. I'll give you guys a close-up of the white paint at the end of the video. You guys get the idea with this step, so I'm going to speed it up just a little. Make sure to let your mat dry out for at least 24 hours to make sure all of that paint is nice and dry before you do the next step. Okay, for the next step, we're going to be cutting one of the black mats and then also the gray mat. I've laid everything out wrong side up so that you can kind of see you've got that center mat that we're not cutting, and then you'll cut the gray mat and one of your black mats and put them in this sequence. I used a yardstick and a piece of chalk to draw a center line just to make sure that my cut would be nice and straight, and then used an exacto knife and a cutting mat, the little gray cutting mat that's underneath the black mat, to cut to make sure that I wasn't cutting into my floor. Then I used one of my black pieces as a guide to cut the gray on one side, white on the other side mats. You can also use a very sharp pair of scissors. Next, I laid the pieces out in the order that I wanted them to be glued in and plugged in my hot glue gun. Now, I know what you might be thinking, and that is, how is hot glue going to hold up on an outdoor mat? I actually tested these before I did this DIY, and the hot glue holds up awesome. I made a quick video to show you guys of me tugging on the mat. I tugged as hard as I can, and once this glue is dry, it's not going anywhere. Okay, so here's my pull test. I am gonna put this out for about 3 months until the end of October, so I will update you guys on Instagram with how it held up. When you're gluing these together, make sure you don't burn your fingers, but also make sure that you get a thin enough line of glue that you're really just getting it on the edge and then pressing them together. And I continued to hold both sides together to push them in towards one another until the glue cooled. You'll repeat this step until all of your pieces are glued together. It took me about 1.5 glue sticks. Here's an up close of after the mats were glued together. You can see the white paint covered really nice, but it still looks like a rug. I love how this project turned out, and I also love that I only spent $3. I was looking at $30 and $40 rugs, so this was a huge win for our family. I also like it with a layered look. Leave me a comment and let me know if you're going to use gray and black or white and black. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. See you next time.